guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Paul. I'm a photographer and I do videos here on YouTube mostly about photography and about Fujifilm. Now, Fujifilm is my favorite camera brand, and in today's video I want to talk about one thing that I haven't talked about yet, and that is the film simulations that are in the Fujifilm cameras. Now, in every Fujifilm cameras you have what's called a Fujifilm film simulations, which is pretty much an emulation on digital cameras of old film stock that Fujifilm used to produce. That way you can get some sort of a film look even though you're using a digital camera. In 2023, Fujifilm is very popular, and mostly it is about those film simulations because film photography in 2023 has become very popular, and with the Fujifilm film simulations you can get those looks without using film, and you can take as many photos as you want and you don't have to worry about an actual film inside your camera that you're going to waste. So that's why Fujifilm today is so popular. There's a bunch of ways you can use those Fujifilm simulations, and you can also personalize your settings inside the camera, so you can actually make it look very personal, and you don't have to shoot in RAW and then edit your photos in Lightroom afterwards, and you could shoot directly in JPEGs, and that will save a lot of time and a lot of effort and still look great. Now, this might be the worst plug in YouTube history, but I just released my own website and I put the link in the description down below if you want to check it out. I obviously also have a store on the website where I do sell my presets, and if you guys are in need of presets or interested in taking a look at it, just click on the link in the description and go check out my website. I really appreciate it. Now, this video is not about presets and about Lightroom or touching up your photos. This is about getting the photo you want, JPEGs, straight out of those Fujifilm cameras without having to touch them up in post. So why would you in 2023 want to shoot photos in JPEGs? They've told us for years that you have to shoot photos in RAW so you can edit them and get the better quality photo as good as possible and not shoot JPEGs. Well, that's the beauty of Fujifilm. You can actually shoot JPEGs with Fujifilm that are going to be great quality, that are going to be flexible for edits if you want to edit more and not just like get it straight out of the camera. And on top of that, this is just to make your workflow so much easier and faster. If you're not shooting for a actual professional business shoot that you're paid for a lot of money, you don't want to bother yourself with shooting RAW, editing, and having to do a whole lot of work around your photos. You want some simple shots maybe for Instagram, for YouTube, or just like family shots at the house. In that case, you could just shoot JPEGs and get the great quality straight out of the camera. And also, if you really want to, you can actually select in your settings to shoot the photos in a RAW plus JPEG. That way you can use the JPEG straight out of cameras. And if you have one of the photos that needs to be edited furthermore, you can use the RAW file and edit it the way you want and still have all the JPEGs from this shoot. So as far as film simulation goes, you have the Provia, Velvia, Astia, Classic Chrome, Pro Negative High, Pro Negative Standard, Eterna Cinema, Acros or Acros, I don't know how you say it, Monochrome, and Sepia. Now, my favorite film simulation is actually Classic Chrome. This is what I use the most. Alright, so let me go in my menu and go through all of my settings so I can show you and share on the screen what I do and how I make my photos look the way they do, with like the grain effects, the chrome effect, like everything that could be actually personalized inside the camera. Alright, so let's start in the menu here. I have the image size, so I shoot in 3:2 in the large format, which is the better quality. Then image quality, I choose fine plus raw. That's what I explained earlier. I like to have the JPEG but also have the raw, just in case one of the photos needs further editing and I want it to be like a little more worked on. I have the raw that I could use for that, and I have also the JPEG. Film simulation, I use Classic Chrome, which is my favorite film look. Then I put some grain, so I have the grain effect on weak setting, not strong, but I love to see a little bit of grain. That always gives it like a vintage look. Same thing with the color chrome effect. I have it on weak. Then white balance is auto. Now I had it tweaked a little bit, so I have red +1 and the blues -5. Then what's important is that I go to the highlight tones. I have a +1 on highlights, +2 on shadows, +2 on colors. So the Classic Chrome is very faded colors, by adding a little bit of color here in the menu, I can bring back some of that color in the image. And I have +1 on sharpness. Those are settings that I tend to do when I actually edit my photos on the computer. I like to add sharpness. I like to add a little bit of color and contrast. So these settings are pretty much emulating that. Now, full disclaimer, these are more personal preferences. This is the settings that I use in my camera. There are tons of websites and blogs where you can find Fuji recipes, which is what they call it when you go inside the menus and set it up like a certain way so it looks like a certain film stock. So yeah, just so you know, you can look up all these different recipes on different websites and do as you please. Alright, this is it for me today, guys. I went through my settings and shared with you my favorite Fujifilm simulation and my settings to make my photos look the way they do. Another film simulation that I really like is Acros or Acros. Acros is actually a black and white film stock. So it's very typical black and white photography. I don't often shoot in black and white because I feel sometimes I'd rather shoot in color and then convert into black and white if that's what I want to do. But that way I have the option to choose. But if I shoot in Acros, then it's black and white and that's all it is. But yeah, that will be for another video. I'm going to talk about Acros because I really like that film simulations. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already, I'm going to be posting a lot more videos about Fujifilm and about photography here on the channel, so make sure you don't miss out. I guess I'll see you in the next one, guys. Cheers.